Hey everyone, happy Halloween! So I'll be going over topic A, which concerns antibiotic use. So first of all, antibiotics when used inappropriately will leave bacteria that are alive in your system that have acquired an antibiotic resistant gene and can grow rapidly and even transfer this gene to other bacteria and make them antibiotic resistant as well. And if people were to become infected with this bacteria and have this disease spread, with no current methods that can help cure this disease, this can become very detrimental, as the development of new drugs to conquer these antibiotic resistance can take ages, and nobody will know how long it will take to develop one. So economists will consider this as a negative externality. So say the supply curve was like down here before. This supply curve will only consider the private cost, and say the market equilibrium for antibiotics at this private cost supply curve is 500. If you factor in the social costs of possible antibiotic resistance, it'll move this curve actually up. And this curve will say the efficient equilibrium, like if we intersect it with a demand curve, is at 300. So a simple way to move the market equilibrium or the private supply curve naturally up is to impose a tax on it. That will increase the price of it and naturally decrease the quantity. But there can be multiple issues with this, as it will be hard to determine how much tax is needed for something of that scale. It's gonna also be hard to determine who should be paying that tax. There's other methods, such as putting policies on the amount of antibiotics that can be distributed to pharmacies, or even creating policies of what types of patients that can be given antibiotics. As before, antibiotics may have be given for like simple things such as sore throat, which can propagate antibiotic resistance really fast for a necessary cause, because sore throats, you really, in most cases, won't need it. But the issues with that is disease in humans are very complicated, and limiting the amount of antibiotics in general may result in a lot of issues, as you never know who actually will need it or how many you will actually need. So yeah, that is how I went over how economists will consider antibiotics as a negative externality and possible ways such as taxes or other policies. And though the policies can work in theory, it will be really hard to implement due to the issues that I've discussed or briefly discussed. Thank you! Enjoy your Halloween!